Welcome back, YouTube. I have an awesome video to do here. It's going to be a little bit longer, but I have a lot of things to talk about, and got some amazing things signed yesterday. So last night was Operation Save Foundation 2012, which is a charity event. I believe they focus on diabetes, and it's always a good show. Mr. Rodney puts it on every year, books the talent and sets it all up and gets the venues and whatnot. And super nice guy. Met him last year when we went to the show. If you guys remember the video, it was on that we had met Jeff Hardy. That was that show. So this time it was a little bit.
Robbie E. and Cookie.
Yeah, Robbie E. Cookie, ODB. There were some awesome people there, and then of course some of the greatest local wrestlers here in the area were at that show, and they always are, and always put on a great show. So and it only comes once a year, so it's a pretty big event here in North Carolina. And this one was no different. It was amazing. I think I liked last year's better, but I also got to meet more of the wrestlers and talk with them and got more autographs this time. So, you know, that was another aspect that I really liked about the show. And also they had a seminar that was 2.5 hours before the show, which was really, really neat. As soon as I saw that post on Facebook, I was in, so I'm on the order to get the ticket. And the seminar was given by Luke Gallows, who was also wrestled as Festus and also wrestled as the Imposter Kane for 3 weeks in WWE.
3 weeks.
What's that?
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Wow.
He had, I think, three appearances as Imposter Kane. So yeah, he said that. As I asked him about that too, and he's like, you know, I only did that gimmick for 3 weeks, and people, you know, always ask me that question. So, but anyways, it was cool. So the seminar was given by Luke Gallows, was also given by local wrestler Charlie Dreamer and Casey McKnight. So it was really neat. And then at the end, Gunner came in. So there were some amazing people there. It was neat. My favorite part about the seminar before the show was getting to just talk with the guys. You know, we could ask them anything they want, and they would answer it. So that was neat. It was neat. And there were 6 of us that participated in the seminar, and just had a great time. Made some good friends, and like I said, always good to get some insight from the wrestlers about how they learned and some of the things that they do differently when they trained, you know, that type of thing. So, did you say something, Ricky?
No, she's talking to the cat, baby.
Oh, so okay. I'm not really gonna go into the matches on who wrestled who. I might talk a little bit about whenever I show the autographs, but we go ahead and get right into it. You already know. I already said Luke Gallows was the man that after the seminar, I asked him. I was like, hey, would you mind signing some autographs for me? He's like, no, let's go ahead and do it before, you know, the doors open and everybody gets in here. I was like, sweet. Before I had gone online and bought a little lot of cards, and there's 7 cards here. He signed, you know, all 7 for me. What's wrong?
A little bit, a lot of cards.
What's that?
A little bit, a lot of cards.
A little bit of a lot of cards. Lot is a group of cards on eBay. They call it a lot.
I know. I'm sorry. It just sounded funny the way you said. Show them the cards.
We got Ricky North and Lily in the video today, guys. Welcome. Thanks. Thanks for making an appearance. Okay, anyways, Topps Platinum. I didn't have, out of all the Platinum cards I bought, I never got a Luke Gallows. So I don't know how that happened, but anyways, it did. So got that one signed. Love it. Another one for the Platinum collection. And then I got the, let me see, I had these in order, I thought. Those are my top 4 faves. Am I missing some? I thought I had 7. I did. Oh, okay, yeah, here it is. Okay, and then we have the Heritage 3 Chrome. I like that one, that's Festus. And then we have the Luke Gallows Topps. And this is actually pretty well. It's number 200 out of 2010. So that's cool. And then the Festus. Another Heritage 4. Is the camera okay?
Yeah.
It was not an earthquake.
Sorry.
Another one of the Heritage cards. I like this. I actually have one of these signed by the Hurricane too that look like this, so it's pretty cool. Start that collection. And then I got this one. I don't even know what these last 3 are. Actually, I do know what one of them is. But anyways, bam. Oh, it's 2009 Topps. That's what it is. Cool. But yeah, he signed all these. And he said don't sell them on eBay. That's what he said. That's what you're signing. Don't sell these on eBay. Okay. All right, buddy. You're like 300 pounds, no? Don't beat me up.
I'm not gonna cross you.
And this one's weird, man. It's made out of plastic. It says Laminate Cards Collection, and it's from 2008. And it's clear. It's see-through.
It's a special one.
Yeah, it's weird. Oh well. I didn't even know if the autograph was going to stick to it, but it did, which is cool. And this is a photo right here that my wife took at a show last year, I believe.
That's why it's so cool to see them, and then we have pictures of our own.
Yes, that we took.
Yeah.
So this is a 5x7 he signed for us, and we printed out a couple of them actually for the guys to sign for us, which is really
Looks like the pen didn't want to work at first.
The pen did not want to work at the beginning, and he kind of held it as he was signing it, and then afterwards he kind of pushed into it. I think at that point he was just kind of tired of signing. You know, I went back later, actually, right before the show started, after everybody else came in, and I'd forgotten that I had this, and Mrs. Gentlemater wanted it for her collection.
Sacrificed the relationship to get my autograph.
Yeah. Okay, so I said that the seminar was put on by Lou Gallows, Charlie Dreamer, and Casey McKnight. Charlie Dreamer and Casey McKnight are great local wrestlers here. I love them. They're actually two of my favorites. And every time I meet them, just get better and better. The matches are awesome. They tag team a couple times. Actually, in the Ivan Koloff tournament, I think I might have gotten an autograph or two and showed it. And they teamed, and they actually lost the belts to Amazing Red and his tag team partner. So I got him on, because I have them now, Rackers. Finally got Charlie Dreamer on his card. You know, I'm a card collector, so it is great to finally start to get a card I can put with my other cards. That is of Charlie Dreamer, one of my favorite local wrestlers. So, awesome. And I did fill it out on the back, too. So, it's great. Love it. My Rackers collection is amazing now.
Yeah.
Here's one of the photos, too, that we had taken of the show.
One's for me, so we got two.
Yep. This was of that Ivan Koloff tag team tournament. So, yep, I got two of those. One for Mr. Johnson and one for me. Because great to see local guys. And then Casey McKnight. This is the one guy I worked with most in the seminar, actually. Really intense guy. Has just a tremendous passion for the business and for the history of wrestling and just the stories that he tells as growing up, and you know, some of his favorite wrestlers and favorite matches he watched. It was awesome to hear. So I had a good time with Casey. He actually is he knows my trainer that trains me at the gym and the company that I work with. They know each other really well. So, and then there's the photo we got signed from him. Probably more photos today. Yeah, I know. I think I already said it, but Mr. Gentlemater takes all the pictures at all the events. So all the pictures and everything that you see from the TNA events that we go to, or some of the events that I actually work and ref, which we'll get to those videos one day. She does all those, so amazing, awesome. And I pulled these out of my set.
So glad you did.
Yeah, so glad you did, because they came out great. Because during the TNA events that we went to, we actually had them sign all the cards we had. You know, eventually we ran out, which would be no big deal, except for that we ran into them. Hi. And here's his debut card from Signature Impact. And it's silver, and he's never signed in silver for us before.
And it looks fantastic. It's my favorite.
Great. So, and then, like, you know, just getting them from a specific event in person, talking to him, and he actually came into the ring at the end of the seminar and worked out a little bit, you know, because you know, you get a feel for the ring before you get in there for the first time for your match. So, and then we had the Reflections card. Bam, there it is right there, and that one came out beautiful. Probably the best Reflections card that we have signed so far of Gunner, and we have, you know, a few of them. Like I said, he signed all of them that we had, so that one came out great. And then he was nice enough to also sign a Rackers card for me too.
Which also looks amazing.
It does. It does. So it was just great to get to meet him and talk to him a little bit, you know. And after seeing him, you know, 3 times wrestling, it's the 4th time I've seen him live. The indie shows are always way more personable because you can just go and talk to them. And he actually, I think, spent the most time at his merch table. So you could just go up and talk to him at any time, you know. And eventually they signed so much that there's no one else that they signed for. They've pretty much sold, you know, all they're going to sell. So they're just standing there, and they're always glad to talk to you. And then here's the photo that we got.
That's from our TNA weekend.
Yep, that's exactly right. And that one came out great. So, and then of course they always comment on the pictures too, honey. They don't see those.
The silver really pops.
It does. These next few are only ones that I got on Rackers cards, and glad I did, because you know, that's seriously one of the main reasons that I wanted to get the Rackers, is because we go to all these indie shows, and it's people that I see, people that I like. So to actually get a chance to get them to sign something is better than just like a blank piece of paper, an index card, which is something I just don't like to do. So Michael Mosley, indie wrestler, ended up wrestling. We'll put them together actually. Sean McCulley. And they put on an okay match. I saw a lot of awesome moves in a really short period of time, which was really neat. So, and of course, you know, having wrestled a little bit, I look at matches a little bit differently when I see them doing this stuff. I'm like, wow, like you can actually like, yeah, that I actually know that hurts, you know, or something, you know. So
you know how much talent it takes to do that,
exactly,
or work, yeah.
and how much they have to work together to make that happen. So, and this is Jamie Jamison. Another local wrestler here too. I think started out as a model. She is either I don't know, married or dating Gunner. So they were at the same merch table together, and she wrestled also. She wrestled Casey Carlisle, which somebody I didn't get an autograph from. I didn't see her.
Apparently they were big hits.
Yeah, they were big hits. It was. And then this one right here is awesome. I tried to actually get a card off the internet, but it was just, it didn't work out for me. It was either too much, you know, it's just not worth it to me to spend $5 or $6 or whatever on one card. It's not worth it. But Lodi, great time. Put on a great match. Hard worker. Wrestled Scotty Matthews, which I don't know if I have a picture signed from him or not. But yeah, I got something signed from him, I know.
I didn't see it.
Interesting. We'll have to hunt that up. But I did get something signed by who he wrestled, but that was cool. But also Scotty, if you guys ever seen Lodi or seen any pictures of him or seen him wrestle back in WCW, he always had the signs that he brought out. And the very first sign that he brought out was, of course, his patented Lodi rules. And then after that was, I hate this town, you know.
You are fat.
Yeah, you are fat. You need to eat it. So he'll pick somebody out in the audience and he'll hold up a sign in front of him that says, you're fat, or you need to eat a salad, or something like that. You know, so he's just that's how he generates the heat from the crowd, and it's great. But Scotty took and ripped up his signs in the middle of the ring and threw them all around, and of course Lodi got angry and walked outside the ring, so that's not fair. And then made the referee clean it up before he got in there because he said it was a dangerous hazard, you know, for him to work in. So, but I happened to grab part of the Lodi rule sign as they were cleaning it up and throwing it out. So that's freaking really cool. Like I said, if you if you seen Lodi wrestle at all, you know he always comes with that Lodi rule sign. So really cool to have that. I like that.
I was like, why did you bring trash home?
So really neat. I was happy to get that. And actually, like when he brought the signs out, I was like, what are you gonna do with those? I wonder if I could get it. And I ended up getting a piece, which is even better because it has a story to it. So I'm not really super big on memorabilia and keeping things like that because I don't really have a way to display it. 6 minutes left. Cool. Let me try and get through these then. This is a guy that we had met in the last OSF show last year. So, and that's Christian York, old ECW worker. If you remember that video we did, bam, met him, got a picture with him. Great dude. Is super quick in the ring for a big guy, and just his style I enjoy personally. So, had to get that picture signed for him. And then, of course, Rackers, Christian York. So, it doesn't have a card. I looked online, and I think I looked actually last time too to find something, and just not one of those guys. Works the Indias, holds some straps here in the area, and every year he'll come. He even said that too. He was like, yeah, I come every year to OSF. He's just one of the guys that supports charities and stuff. So, God, super stellar guy. Had to hunt him down after the show though. He only signed for just a little bit and then left. So, next one, I'm really happy about this. When you see somebody multiple times, you know, and you're coming up as a wrestler, and you just, I just like him. I like his style in the ring. I like seeing him grow. You know, has how he's grown over the past couple of years since when he debuted, and that is Zima Ion. Yeah, he was at the show. He didn't sign before the show. He ended up signing after his match, through the whole rest of the time. He stayed out there and watched the matches and took pictures and stuff, and super stellar guy. Remembered me from the TNA shows when we gave him the card, so that's always really neat. It's borderline. It's like, hey, I remember you. Oh crap, you're a stalker. Oh, hey, I remember you. Good to see you again, man. How'd you enjoy the match? And that's the way he was, and I always liked that. And he was just awesome, super cool. And then here's the picture that we got, which I really like. This just sums up his persona, you know, with the hair and everything.
Hairspray.
Yeah, he did that too. I spent 4 hours on this hair, on my hair, you know. So it was good. And like I said, just seeing him coming up and seeing how he works and seeing him develop as a wrestler is great. And he actually went to the top rope in this match, which I was disappointed when we saw him at TNA, the 3 shows we went to. He didn't go up top at all. And I was like, you're supposed to be an X Division high flyer. He went up top and he's like, you want to see X Division? I was like, yes! Actually, I do. And he went up and, of course, missed it, but that's alright. And then, really cool, have him on a Rackers card now. Leave my eye on right there. It came out wonderful. And he signed also, I don't know if you noticed, but in purple, which is just his persona just fit. And it came out beautiful, so. It's funny, you can go and get 8 cards signed, you know, at a show, and then get 1 card signed when you see him, and it just became my favorite, you know, just because, well, it's more personal.
And it looks better. It's the Reflections card, and it looks good.
Yeah, Reflection card, and he just had that purple pin, and it just pops.
Yeah.
I love it. And then, this was my white whale of indie wrestling, guys. I'm not, well, I kind of say that because, of course, we all know the Jimmy Rave story. But, I love his style in the ring. I love, and Mrs. Gentleveda was saying it too, his facial expressions and how he reacts to the crowd, and that's what I love about this guy. His name is Joey Sylvia, and here, photo we took before, and like I said, plays to the crowd great. Not one of those guys that's going to sign before, during, intermission, or after the show, so not easy to get, but me being in the seminar, I helped set up some of the chairs and had to go back and forth to where, you know, the wrestlers were changing and whatnot, so it kind of got me in the backstage pass type of deal, and so I took this photo back there for him to sign, and of course a Rackers card right there. All the Rackers cards came out beautiful. Like I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better from these cards, and so really glad to see. And I told him that too. I was like, man, I've been trying to get your autograph since I saw you last year at OSF, and he's like, oh man, I'm sorry, you know, he's just not one of those guys that will go out there and sign a whole lot. You got to hunt him down, but glad I did. So all in all, great show. Got some awesome autographs and just had a great time. So thanks for watching this exceptionally long video, and really appreciate it. Thanks again, YouTube, appreciate it, and Gentle Vader out.